Hello everyone, I hope you're okay. I hope that your nervous system is dealing with the whole lockdown. I'm not quite sure which country you're in, but in Greece it's been snowing, it's been cold and quite dreary. So I'm hoping you're dealing quite well with the weather and with the psychology of things, because I do feel that we're all pressured in one way or the other. And we're here to examine as much as we can the energies for the week between the 15th and 21st of February. The two main aspects of the week, because I don't want to tire you out too much. I do know that we are all quite pressured, quite in the middle of things, and no one knows what exactly is happening. Vaccinations on one thing, astrological angles on the other thing, so it can be quite tricky to balance everything. But we are in Aquarius still, and it's a time to open our minds. It's time to raise our vibrations. It's time to feel connected to the universe in more ways than one. And the sun is crossing on to psychic Pisces at the end of the week on Thursday, not end of the week, but Thursday night. And it feels like we're crossing from the inquiring mind of Aquarius to the sign that feels everything. That is there. It seems that they are in this world to, if not heal it, to feel it, to sense everything through the waters of Neptune, through the waters of emotion. At some point, I am planning of making a small video about the binary not elements, but the I'll find it. It's just Mercury retrograding that's affecting all of us. To make a small video about the zodiac cycle and how the signs are interacting into dyads, in a way, into, as in the 12 signs as the 6 pairs that they are, because they're not 12 individual signs, they're 6 pairs. So we're starting the week with, of course, Monday that we've already lost in a way, but the moon starts this week in Aries, and of course she made a conjunction to Chiron, the wounded healer. So as every month it's the same cycle. I'm hoping that you can see how, with the journey of the moon and its connection to Chiron in almost every sign that it crosses and how it angles to it, you can find some other way to connect, some other way to heal, some other way to find exactly what you need to progress on. I can only hope. And we had Jupiter in a conjunction to Mercury going retrograde, of course. So it probably was a day that things didn't go as planned, and you wanted to do a lot of things probably, or to make progress on some things, but some things were just stuck and you had to postpone things for the next day. It happened to me, at least. For today, Tuesday, the moon's still in Aries and sextiling the planets that are in Aquarius, Jupiter, Venus, and retrograding Mercury. Of course, Saturn was yesterday probably, and it we had the beginning today of the two squares that are dominating this week. The square of Uranus and Saturn, and the square of Mars and Venus. And I'm saying that they are dominating the week because in the whole of the week, except for the moon that's crossing on from Aries all the way to Gemini, and the few angles that she's making with the rest of the stars, these are the two angles that are the most prominent of the week. Like, everything else is quite stable, everything else is quite quiet, to say the least. And the two angles, the two major events of the week is tomorrow's, Wednesday's, square between Uranus and Saturn at Greek time 10:24 p.m. and the square between Mars and Venus that is making a full square, I believe, on Friday, if I'm not very wrong with that. I don't have the exact map, the exact chart at the moment, but I believe it's then. And I'm saying that they're dominating the whole week because they are in progress for the whole week. So any tension you feel, try to express it in a more creative way, and try not to take the tension out in destructive ways. That's the only thing I'm going to say on that. But for Wednesday we have this Battle of the Titans, where Saturn is trying to put us in a way to see things more logically, more structured, more in a way of how things are supposed to be. And Uranus, on the other hand, is the one that is the rebellious one, that doesn't want any, not instruction, but anything to close him in, anything to feel like a small cage, anything caging him in. So that's the battle that we're going through. And the moon tomorrow is in Taurus. So the moon tomorrow in Taurus, of course, is making a square to Saturn, as is in a conjunction to Uranus. And that's just kind of amplifying the emotional battle as well. It kind of feels to me that we're having a battle between what should be and what we want. But in the end, in that kind of a battle, I feel that what is going to come up is the battle between a freedom that ends up in anarchy, and the bad kind of anarchy, and the order that goes all the way to tyranny. I'm hoping that you understand how I mean it, because I feel that these are just two sides of one coin, the total anarchy and the total tyranny. It all has to do with freedom, and to me it feels like we need to take responsibility of our freedoms. We need to take responsibility of our vibrations. We need to take responsibility of how we act and how we react to things. And that's the feeling I'm getting for this square as well. It's a battle of taking responsibility about things we do, about things we say, about things we might feel as well. And we need to consider, in a way, how we act, how we react, how we think, how we give our vibrations to the world. It's a huge battle, but each one of us, I feel that we can make it into a super conjunction and actually get the best we can from this angle. For Thursday, of course, it's just in a continuance, and Mars and Venus are starting to make their squares. So as soon as you say, okay, we can relax a bit, well, guess what? You can't relax a bit, because it's another kind of a battle as well. It's a battle of pure, in a way, pure logic, fighting the force and the vitality of Mars in Taurus. Because Venus in Aquarius is about cold logic, it's about humanitarian actions, it's about not emotion, but the whole of the world and how we can help it through, in a kind of pragmatism to me, in a kind of a coolness, because Venus there cares about the whole world, not just an individual. And Mars in Taurus is about the vitality of Taurus, it's about the spring, it's about bringing life up and putting the purpose first and giving life to the purpose, giving energy to that purpose, but not for the whole world. It kind of feels to me that it's not the same oneness, the same uniqueness as Aries, but it's not the whole world and the humanity as in Aquarius. So it feels to me that on that day with that square, it's kind of being how I'm caring about the world, but in a way to give energy to my own purpose and my own way in this world. I'm hoping that you can understand how I mean this. And what I was talking about with in an astrologer in YouTube and Instagram, the name is Astro. We said that the whole world had quite a lot of the survival instincts and survival kits that Capricorn had for the last year. So we actually do need to open our minds and possibly our hearts as well to the universe, to the oneness of the whole universe, of the whole world, of the whole of humanity through Aquarius. It is we have a lot of stars in Aquarius, so we are called in a way to use those energies in Aquarius to make a different step into the world, to find our meanings, to find what exactly it is we want to do and how we want to act. And we actually do need to try and fix things in more ways than just giving energy to our individual selves. We need to give vibrations and give energy to the whole of the world. And that goes on until Friday and Saturday. These two angles just dominate the week, as I said. The Sun is crossing on to Pisces by Friday, and we're all getting a bit more of more psychic vibe. Anyone that has a more psychic or a more intuitive ability is going to come up a bit more. We're going to be a bit more sensitive to how we react to things, how people react to us, how the world is going on, and it might even be that we get some more messages from the universe from Friday onwards. So be a bit more open That's the feeling I'm getting. On Saturday, I'm having a feeling that we're starting to have a trine between Aries and Pluto. And it kind of feels like whatever is our purpose, but something that's coming from the deep is going to come up, and we can set a fire to it, put more energy to it, so we can work with that. And of course the moon is in Gemini, so she's making a trine to all the planets in Aquarius for Saturday and Sunday. And on Sunday the moon is in Gemini, and Mercury is turning stationary. Not turning, but is stationary for Sunday, and from Monday it's turning direct. Of course, the last of that retrograde is going to be at the 13th of March. We still have another couple of weeks until we see the last of it, and we can actually find out what we needed to learn, what we needed to rethink. As in, we had the process of finding out what was wrong, finding out what we needed to adjust, finding out what we needed to rethink and redo. And for the next 3 weeks, we can work on those things and make everything better, and make our work better, make our purpose better. That's the feeling I'm getting. But that's from Monday onwards, because I do feel that what I was saying, I do feel that on the days of the stationary Mercury, they're not very productive days to try and fix things or try to make things that are coming in new. In general, it's not a good idea to start things on the retrograde. It's better to just work on things that you were working on, that had started before, and you just needed to adjust a few things. So on this weekend, I feel that you just need to relax, that you just need to slow down and absorb what happened. Go through what emotions you had, go through what those angles and that those squares brought up in you, and see how you can work with them. That's the feeling I'm getting for this weekend. On the tarot side of things, we have a few cards, of course, and it's a very interesting week because we have, it's a bit cold here, that's why I'm having the gloves on. We have the Star, and the Star, of course, it's the card of Aquarius. And I feel that it's also speaking of healing, it's also speaking of our purpose, of a North Star, of trusting the universe, and of going forward with the universe and following that flow of the universe. It feels like she's getting the juice or the water or the emotion or the energy from the universe to pour it on the earth. And it's a weird thing because the next one is the Princess of Swords, and as you can see, she's ready to go to battle. The battle has begun. She has a lot of smoke under her, and I feel she speaks of if not a distraction, but something that needs to be dealt with, something that needs to be finished with. And the interesting part that I realized on the Greek video is that they are both looking upwards but away from us. I'm not sure if you can see them. both, but they're looking backwards or upwards, but away from us. It's kind of looking at what is coming, kind of looking at what they need to sort through, kind of looking at what they're leaving behind, kind of looking backwards or outwards to what is coming to them, to what needs their attention at the moment. The third card is the interference, the Eight of Swords, and Jupiter in Gemini, and it feels like whatever healing, whatever war they're waging, whatever the star is bringing in from the universe, it's going to be a bit cut off, a bit not quite clear, perhaps because of the angles of this week and the Mercury retrograding. Talking about Mercury retrograding, of course we have the Magus, we have the Magician, which is Mercury, and he's bringing in some hope, I feel. He's bringing in different messages and things that we need to sort through and realize and understand in a way that is not easy, possibly. But the feeling is to check what exactly you had to learn through the Mercury retrograde, to check what exactly he had to show you, check what exactly you needed to rethink, understand again, check again, research through the Mercury retrograding in Aquarius. And as a last card we have Adjustment, which is the Justice card, and the card of Libra. And it's talking about a balance, it's talking about a clear thought, it's talking about making sure that you have justice. So I feel that with the end of Mercury retrograding, and possibly with the swords of the Princess of Swords, with the clearance of the star, even if we have some interference through the Eight of Swords, even if something is trying to make us not see clearly, not think clearly, something trying to intercept the message that is coming, I do believe that we will get that message. And the Justice card as the last card of this spread, I feel that it's bringing up the message that justice will be served, that we don't need to worry in a way, that the universe has justice on its own. It's a double-edged blade, the blade of justice, and if you can see it, she does have the two crescent moons on the sword. That's what I feel like, at least. And I do believe that the message is that justice will be served, that no matter how hard it might be, how things might not be perfect, in the end we will find the justice that we need. The message is transmitted, even through the interference. The healing is coming, the clearing from the universe, the clearance from the universe, the light from the star is coming in. And I feel that the Princess of Swords is just bringing in some more air to clear out the smoke of the distraction, or of any how we call it, of any interference, of any smoke screen coming in or coming up. The last card I have is of course from the Oracle cards of Zoe Hind, and it's the Wisdom from the Woods, and this one is the Elder and speaks about I am the wisdom of all the wise women. So I feel that it speaks about the message coming in and how we need to use our common knowledge, use our ancestral knowledge, use the wisdom of the old, use the wisdom of the women that came before, that will come after, that are here now. That's the feeling I'm getting, that things are getting healed, that things are getting better, that we do get through things, and the message is getting delivered, and the smoke is going down, and justice is prevailing. That's the feeling I'm getting for this week. So I'm hoping that you had a good time with me this week. I'll see you next week. I'm going to try to make it a bit earlier and have the English version up with the Greek version so that we don't miss a couple of days again. And please do let me know what you think about the spread. Do let me know what you think about the squares of this week. Let me know how you think that how do we say it? How did you feel through them? What did occur to you about them? That something happened through them? That something happened inside you because of them? Something happened to the world because of them? Something like that. And any other idea that you might have, I'm happy to hear it. As always, like, subscribe, share the video to anyone you want. And I'm hoping that you have a great week and take some rest and listen to your intuitions and the universe. Take care and thank you.